you all my personal dreams.
What were you doing?
Sleeping in.
Because you was hanging out with Phil all Saturday night. That's great. I seen, Kim, that you had pictures of you guys going on vacation and all that. Which was your favorite trip?
Oh gosh, that one's a hard one. Probably Wyoming, because I love horses, and it was a big ranch, and
All right.
they rang the bell for dinner, and we rode the horses, and so
Okay.
yeah, Wyoming.
Those bells didn't remind you of school, did it?
No.
Let's talk about you being a teacher. Did you always want to be a teacher when you grew up? Because I know when we were younger, it's either we playing doctor or teacher or, anything that of the future. Were you playing teacher?
Yeah, I probably did. We had little weekly readers, and and because I had two aunts that were teachers that I respect a lot, and still do respect them a lot.
And what grades did you teach?
Mainly third, but some fourth and some fifth, just the intermediate grades for the most part.
Wow. I thought that third grade is a tough grade. Do you think so too?
It's not as tough as fifth. I think that's why I enjoy it, because they're right there in the middle. They're old enough to know how to make a line and to know what school is all about, but it's still not quite as intense. I
found when my daughter was going through third grade, honey, I was losing my mind because it's a transition. I'm like, I don't know about third grade, but you need to hurry up and finish it. Now, what was your that you got out of the kids? What was it that said, I know this is what I want to do? What was it?
They just give you energy every day. Adults seem to kind of take, and kids give back.
Yes.
And and I was able to teach in a school with 26% ESL. And so I learned so much about different cultures. One year I had like 14 different cultures in my classroom, and I loved it.
Woo!
It was very interesting. I had, Muslim, Bosnian, because that was the Bosnian War was going on at the time, unfortunately.
Yes.
And so we had refugees. Anyway, it was very interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. You learned a lot about their cultures.
Yes, and they willingly shared, even though they had no idea why they got money for Ramadan, but they loved Ramadan. I just wanted to know, why do you get this money? They never could tell me. We just get money.
Isn't that like when they lose their teeth? They'll go lose another one just so they can get the money. Kids are something. They do keep you young, though. They definitely do.
They do.
Yes. So, Phil, did you like all the stories she would come home and tell you about the kids?
Actually,
all her kids.
Yeah, I would go sometimes and actually go on field trips and help her out with those. When Joe got to be on the same age, he would want to go on field trips and things. And no, it is very, you get a lot of energy from them.
Yes, yeah. Well, and then at the end of the day, they wear you out.
They did. They loved when Mr. M would come, though. I had a couple of my guys would literally hang on him.
So, Phil, you are a loved one. All right. They love you. What was it that you used to do with them to make that connection? You just played with them.
I think it's just being a husband and being a male. A lot of the boys would, not so much the girls, but the boys would come right on because, elementary school is very female oriented as far as all the teachers. There aren't many male teachers. So just having a guy, I don't think there's anything special about me. It's just the fact that I was giving him some attention.
You're so humble, Phil. Now I'm going to retract. I'm going to go back.
Okay.
It might hurt you a little bit, 31 years. What was the reason you wanted to get married, Tammy? Skip it already did it. He already knew what he wanted. Why did you want to get married to Skip?
I thought he was, I just fell for him. I loved everything about him.
Yeah.
Without even seeing him, just hearing his voice, I was automatically kind of picturing what he looked like. And so I immediately had something, there was a connection between us over the phone. And then when I seen him, he was just, I didn't care about, once I got to know him, I heard different stories, just different things about him. I didn't care about nothing like that. I just love Skip. And I would have done anything, I guess, for him, to be with him. It wouldn't matter.
Oh, Skip, you heard that? And you know what? You know what, Tammy? What happened? What happened? You were the actual show, and those other ones was the pre-show. They were the practice.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Whenever I got with him, that whenever you see things on TV, you think, you see things on the movies about how all this romantic stuff and all these, I did not really realize that things could really be that way until I got with Skip. And I did not realize that you can have that kind of love and have that with another person until I got with him. Then it was just different.
Skip!
You say all that?
Man, you are the man.
It definitely is.
Now, with Skip being the older gentleman,
yes.
Were there any expectations that you had before you got married? What was your expectations from that you were thinking, okay, I'm going to expect him to do this, this, and this? Were there any?
I didn't really have any, what you say, expectations. I already just knew. I mean, the only thing really was just that he would take care of me. And I had this thing as far as I want, like being protected because of things that had happened in my past. I wanted to feel that if something was to ever happen, he would fight for me. He would stand up for me and protect me. And that was my main thing with him, because I knew no matter what ever happened, he would always be there.
She is so. Skip, did you ever hear that before?
Oh yeah, I've heard that several times.
Okay, all right. But Tammy, why you all filled up now?
Why what?
Why you all filled up now? You're edifying your husband. A lot of people don't do that. And when I get you guys on the show, I make sure you edify each other. And I'm going to say, and because Skip, you said what you said about Tammy. What were your expectations for Tammy? Did you even have any?
She kind of wrote the book herself, really. I mean, she's an amazing woman. She really is. She's since we've been together, she got into ministry. We've had churches. She's been on TV. She's had different shows where she saved people. She helps so many people. She's been to prisons and talked to women, and she's always out trying to help somebody. She has a big heart.
Yes. Oh. You guys, that is so nice. Tammy, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. And do you still go out and speak to women and empower them? Do you still do that?
I do.
Wow. And I know Skip, you're right by her side.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's one thing. He's always anything that I've ever had a heart for, he's always backed me in. No matter what. He's always backed me in anything. He doesn't question. If I come to him about something, he doesn't question it. He's just, okay, I'm right there with you. And it doesn't matter what it is. He's always right there with me.
Oh, that's so sweet. You can give him another one. Okay, Laura, you feel the same way?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, let me tell y'all a story. Our last anniversary, 33 years, I forgot.
Oh.
Sure did. But my husband remembered. He remembered. Normally it's the other way around, but I became so busy, extremely busy.
Right.
He thought that I was playing. He thought I was playing. I was serious as hell. I truly forgot. I was like, oh, it's today? I didn't know. I forgot. And I think the longer you're together, sometimes, and I will blame it on the length of time that we were together, that it seems like, I care about it, but I don't really care about it the way I used to.
Right.
Because we've moved on to higher pinnacles that it's like, come on now, that, okay, we're still together. Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forget the years we were together. He knows. You see how the tables are changing?
Yeah.
So I think that when we used to do it, yes, it was very important. But now I think as we have gotten older, I forget.
Well, you just inspired me to do something right now. I think we're going to have one date night a week.
Look at that. That's nice.
Whether it's home or it doesn't have to be at a restaurant, but it's going to be set up. If you're home, it's going to be set up. There's going to be no phones. Lou has a hard time leaving his phone away from the table, and when we're together, and I do sometimes too. So I think it's important that we both leave our phones, away. We put it in a basket. It goes away, and we say we're going to give it. This date is going to be 2 hours. Whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to do, but you have to donate that time. Focus on each other for 2 hours.
Oh, that's nice, Lou.
Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah.
Nice idea. I think okay, I'll try it. I'll try it too. But with my schedule, because my schedule,
yeah.
we're off. When I'm off, he's at work.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of hard for us to really implement that, but I could implement it if I'm off and when he comes home and I'm still off that next day.
Oh,
I can do it then.
Excellent.
Put this up. What?
Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking.
I was saying, put everything together, turn all this stuff off.
Yeah.
Get away from all this and just cater to him.
Yeah. 2 hours. That's it. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I will say we did it last night.
Oh,
We
great.
drank some beer, watched the fights. Oh, because we love boxing.
Yes.
And had our favorite Hennessy.
Oh,
And
right.
went to bed. So yeah, that lasted a lot because we love that. I love it.
Right.
So we do it, but it's never a plan. It just happens.
Right. And that's good to be spontaneous. You don't ever want to take that away. But I think that we tend to get busy with our own lives and we don't focus on what, why we're in this to begin with.
Right.
What we were in this because we had that romanticness between us or, so let's get that back for one night where we could just focus on each other. And then I think that each person could decide, 1 week he can say, look, I want to do it this way. Meaning I want to cook for you, or I can say the next time, let's go to dinner, or maybe I'll cook for you. And you just make it fun, just make it something you surprise them. Like, all right, it's my night to create it. Maybe I'm putting candles out. Maybe I'm dressed in a lingerie or whatever. It could be anything. But I think that
we never plan these things. We just do it.
Yeah, doing it is wonderful.
It just happens.
Right.
People make time for that. I'll just throw it on.
Right. And I do too. And you just think about it, but I just love the idea of date night. This is our date night, Lori and Lou's date night. What does that mean? It means that we're devoting 2 hours. We're committing 1 day a week to devoting 2 hours to one another. And I'm saying 2 hours. It could be anything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be anything. But so this time frame, you're going to sit with me. You're not going to have your phone. We're going to, whatever. And so if you have a minimum, then you can go, then it's spontaneous. To do or not do.
I like that, Lori. I like that. Because even though we still do have fun, just every day we have fun, we're laughing and joking. You would think there was a party here.
Right.
Ain't no party, it's just him and I.
That's great.
So we are just automatically just like that. Yeah. So I will, the people who are looking, who are listening, you guys need to take heed to what Lori is saying, because we really need to get date night. If you're not like my husband and I, you need date night to where you make specific time, because people have children.
Exactly.
You got to put them to bed. You got to let somebody watch them so you can just get that time. Right. But again, like I said, I take it for granted because we can just do it.
Yes.
So yeah, I like that, Lori. That's a nice rule. That's a really nice rule.
People always want to know my secret for being energized throughout my busy day. But little do they know, my secret comes in this little convenient pack right here. And guess what? It's inexpensive, and it doesn't give me the jitters like most coffee brands do.
2 minutes, Miss Peppers.
Thank you. Look, I gotta go. I can't promise you a fabulous day, but I sure can promise you that you'll have a great cup of coffee. Just tell a Pepper Cafe that I sent
you. That's to me?
Yes, basically with both of you. What was your last disagreement?
When was it, or what was it over?
No, when was it?
When was
and
it?
Then tell me, what was it?
It was last night.
Okay. What was it over?
The thing that it probably is over the most, not being heard and not being understood.
Okay. And what did you want her? Was that on Kim's end? She needed to understand you, or?
Nope, the other way around.
It was the other way. Yeah, I've been really struggling for a while with when I dropped my baby off to college 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years.
I have still struggle, and that internal, and I sort of take it out on Phil sometimes when that anxiety gets high, because Joe takes on, he's got a little bit of his mama in him, and he didn't have to graduate in 3.5 years, but for him, he felt like he had to. And so he works his little behoofy off, and mama worries about him a little bit, and gets anxious.
What is it that you're worried about? He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, Kim.
He is. I just worry that he's not happy because he's working so hard.
And what do you think he's not happy?
I know he is. Honestly, he had an initiation with his AGRs this week, and he's happy, but mama's just worried.
You miss your baby.
The times have come. The times that we're in right now are very unprecedented. And believe it or not, as we mentioned, he does study abroad. And last year, he was supposed to go to China. Of all places, he was on his way to Shanghai, China when all of this hit. And he lost out on that opportunity. And then he lost out on an opportunity to go to New York City and work at a top firm that he was going to get a practice preview with. So he missed out on that. And then it wasn't a week later, they called everybody back. Everybody had to go home, and it was time to quarantine. And this was setting him up for his senior year. So there was disappointment. And I know that we're not alone, that we're not unique in that way. Kids are missing out on graduations, people being in quarantine. It's continuing on. I really believe that one of the big things about the times that we're living in right now is a lot of stress and anxiety. And it's led to everything from civil unrest all the way through mental illness.
Yes.
And, it's things like that. Those are the things that are pressing right now.
Yes. Because my daughter graduated this year.
But didn't get a walk.
Right. We didn't. It's as if we waited this long. And then.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
This has never happened in any year. Anything. This is the first time for us. And I know we as parents, I took it hard.
Yeah, because you've looked forward to this day, and, yeah.
And it was the biggest letdown, even though she still graduated.
Exactly.
Right.
But you wanted the gown and the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What did you coach? Which one? Soccer? Baseball?
Baseball,
Yeah.
baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, so those are your favorite sports. So you're a sports guy.
Oh yeah, I always was. I was always a sports guy.
Yeah.
All right. So I can see Super Bowl and everything happening by you.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that. And you know what, Tammy? You didn't go through anything that wasn't abnormal. That was
No.
all normal.
Yes.
Normal. You
Yes.
know, how do you guys I did the complication, I did that. The finances. How do you keep on top of it with all the babies, all the kids? How do you keep on top of that? The shopping, everything.
Is really that was all me, really.
That was all you.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess it pretty much me. I guess it would be. I mean, I'm the one that done all the shopping. I'm the one that, when the bills come in, I would, write the checks and pay the bills and things like that. I mean, he always knew about it, of course, but he was just,
right.
He brought the money in most of the time. Yeah. And so it was, I done everything else.
Was that a conversation before you guys got married, or did you just fall into it?
Fall into it. Yeah. We didn't discuss anything like that, actually. We didn't discuss it. It was just, I guess we just kind of assumed that things would just, when things come, we would cross that bridge when it happened. And we would cross that bridge.
I told a couple of that too. They was like, well, how do you know? How do you sit down and say, okay, you do this, you do that? I said, we didn't. Mm-mm. As it came up, who's ever better at it, they do it.
Yep, that's right.
There's no one person job. Everybody kicks in, and you both do something. What you're best at.
Yes.
Wow. Yep. So, Skip, what is your strengths?
What is my strength?
Yes.
Besides
moving people out the way.
He can pretty much do anything, really.
Well, I guess I got a lot of confidence. I guess I got a lot of confidence in what I do, and I always don't take anything for granted. You can be brought down just as quick as you're up.
Good one.
I've been brought down plenty of times.
Good one. And you got up faster every time.
Good Lord always brought me back on top, though.
There you go. I like that. And now, what is your weakness, Skip?
My children. My children.
Yeah.
That's my weakness.
Always our weakness.
Yeah. He was the one that he very seldom ever disciplined the kids. If we went shopping for something, they wanted Daddy to come because they knew Daddy would buy them the $200 shoes, and Mama was like, no, you get the $50 shoes. And Daddy would be like, Tammy, let them get what they want. So he's the one that gives them what they want, really.
Yes, I think that goes on in a lot of households. No, yes. We had to go this time. Why you don't want? No. Dad, you want to come?
That's really the way it was. They wanted him to come when it came to buying stuff and doing things. They wanted Skip.
School clothes.
Yeah.
Because Skip, they can't get over on us. No, they don't get over on us.
So I got back here at 6 a.m. I got up here at 10:30.
Nice time though.
Yeah.
Nice time.
No, I mean, and he didn't ask me to go with him, and I just felt that, and I'm gonna, I know that Lou is in charge of the bags, but it should have been my responsibility too, because, I left it up there for him, and I'm assuming now that he's gonna take it, but he shouldn't, and I don't think so now I know. I mean, that was a valuable lesson, unfortunately, I didn't suffer. He had to, unfortunately, but I am going to make sure now for future trips that we make sure together that everything is in the car, whether it's going to the airport or going on a road trip. I mean, there was one time he almost forgot my bags for the airport, and thank gosh, I'm the one who said, you have my bag, and he almost forgot it. And imagine going to the airport, then forget it.
Lou,
Yeah.
You are not in charge of the bags.
No.
No.
Yeah, but that's what you learn, Lori, that Lou can't do everything.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you like to, Lou, but you try. I like that, to try. Some people don't try at all.
Yes.
They don't try at all. So what is one thing that you wish that someone would have told you about a relationship before you got into it that will carry you over to now that you've learned?
Well, the thing is, you no matter what people tell you, you're never going to understand it until you're in it.
Yes.
You never will understand it, because if we did that in life and we took advice from our parents about certain things, we'll be in a better spot, right?
Yes, we would.
Only when you have to go through it and feel the pain in order to attain it.
Yes. So true. Lori, what did you learn?
Okay, so I've learned that, I would say that could you just repeat the question? Because I'm not sure I'm getting it.
What is it that you wish that someone would have told you about a relationship before getting into it, but now that you're into it, what did you learn?
Okay.
What did you wish someone would have told you, and what did you learn about being in a relationship?
Well, I wish someone, would have, with Lou and I don't think that happened.
Right.
I'm going to say in your life.
Oh, in my life?
Yes.
Oh, yes. That you would be willing to, yes. The communication and dealing with something and not letting it go under the rug and bringing it out to the forefront and figure out how to make it work rather than holding it in and letting things just explode. So coming into this relationship, I try hard to bring everything out to the forefront and let's deal with it. Tell me how you feel, what's really going on. How do you really feel about this? And then when you get the two people to talk, then you can resolve it. Because if you don't resolve it, I've learned my lesson the hard way. It doesn't go away.
It keeps coming up. It keeps stinking. It comes up.
Yeah.
Comes up, and you got to handle that aroma. You got to get rid of it.
Right.
So now, is there an uncomfortable conversation that's uncomfortable when you two talk about it? Anything uncomfortable? It's like, even if you think about it, Laura, you'd be like, but I got to talk to him about it.
I would say sometimes I'm uncomfortable about talking about sex when we're not actually doing it.
Really? Why?
Because I'm uncomfortable because I guess I'm concerned that if I do say something, I want to make sure but I don't know. It's just, I get shy maybe about it.